Hi, everybody. Welcome to DashBored.
Welcome back.
Yeah,
Again.
it's good to be back.
Is this season 2?
Officially.
.2.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I feel cool.
Yeah, this is the dot two. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
This
not
is the
bad. Not bad.
Life cycle refresh. What do we call that?
We were 9.1. We were, what, 9.91 before? Now we're 9.91.2. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
The best of the best of the best.
I think that's accurate.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good.
Inside baseball there, but some people
That's
get that.
okay. That's okay. There's a lot of Porsche people on here. Yeah, yeah. We've all had our mancation. We went away. We enjoyed our evenings without having to record. Is that
Yep.
what we were doing?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But all good.
Yeah.
I think we were waiting for spring to come back.
Which-
Yeah, we were.
It didn't really.
It peaked its head.
Sort of. Yeah.
Briefly. Very
yeah.
briefly,
There
yeah.
was a few days there where I was worried that Sean was going to drive down the road in the Boxster, but
Yeah.
I thought his resolve might not actually be that strong.
Believe me, the whatever day it was 20 degrees and sunny, I did
Fire it up.
question my motivation, but
You didn't fire it up.
no,
no.
didn't even take it off the list.
Not good for it. Don't do that.
Still covered up. It's not insured.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. I like
It's
it.
there.
Well, we've got a bunch of stuff to cover today because we've obviously had a few weeks of content piling up. So our first subject, Mike's Cayenne.
As always.
We've been
Back
here
to-
before.
We've
Yeah.
been here once before.
I'm going to preface this
Show
by
us
saying
what you
that this is
got.
the first time we have some big progress.
Big news.
Some big commitments.
Oh, new wheels and tires are on the car.
Tell us about
Tell
them.
us.
Oh, wow. Thanks to our good friend Jared, I purchased the Trans-Siberia wheels, which
Okay.
were need of refinishing, and
Yes.
they were silver and a little bit chipped up, but that was my plan all along. Put some big rubber on it, and thanks to our good friends at Ontario Wheel Repair here in town.
Best in the business.
Yeah.
Well,
And a last minute decision on what color. As you may recall, we were between black and bronze,
yep.
Drum roll, please.
and we ended up going white.
Curveball.
Gloss white. Last minute decision. And,
Right.
Yeah, hooked it up. I don't know. Looked good to me.
First time I've seen it in person tonight, and I pulled up, and I mean, I'd seen a picture before, and I admitted that, and my hands up again, I was wrong. I chastised Mike, if you remember,
Yeah.
saying, A, that's going to look horrible. B, they're going to be dirty, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The wheel itself, the Trans-Siberia wheel, it really just highlights how good of a wheel it is. One,
Yeah.
and then it sort of contrasts against the whole black. It just looks really good.
Looks good. And they will get dirty, but
Well,
yeah.
Oh, well. I'm with Sean on this one. I think I said no to white.
Yeah,
but
I think you did too.
I did.
I've
But
seen,
Oh, I don't
I saw
remember
it-
that. I
yeah,
do remember
I think-
Sean being pretty vocal about that.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
right on
okay.
Sean's team,
Yeah.
and then I saw
Okay.
it today as well, and I was like, damn it, that's pretty nice.
Good.
I want to go on the record as the third one at this table and tell you that I was the one sending Mike pictures of them with white
He
wheels.
was. I think he was the one who pushed me over the edge. I'm like, I'm just going to do it.
I think it turned out great.
Yeah.
And that big tire, which
and
is what?
the Falcon Wild Peak
Yeah.
AT4Ws.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
The,
look
the
great.
new one.
Yeah.
They look awesome.
And they
look
look
good,
meaty,
too.
and
Yeah.
your clearance is as tight as mine, and
Yeah.
it looks awesome.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, really nice sidewall on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the look. I'm finally getting to a happy place with this thing.
Can I ask about the Falcon tire just to make sure?
Yeah.
Is it white wall on one side and you chose
It's
to go
not.
black? Okay,
'Cause
okay.
If it had a white wall, I probably would have put it out.
I wondered.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But it does not.
Because KO2 does that.
Yep,
Yes,
But
right.
I think the
So-
Falcon's it's a really good looking
Yeah.
tire.
And
Truck was
honestly,
great.
it's quieter than the snow tires that came off of it. A lot quieter.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised. For a knobby tire, I'm like, oh, these things are going to hum like a bugger, right? But no, nice and quiet.
nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you put them on yourself, and your jack just
And
about
I-
lifted up the car high
Yeah,
enough.
I got a little skin knuckle from it, but
Got a little
we're
man
good.
boo-boo.
Yeah, I picked them up. What took me an hour to get them all done on time to meet for a little quick coffee.
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, tell us how fast the wheel repair guy was, because I was like staggered.
I dropped them off on Friday afternoon,
Right.
and he called me Monday afternoon and said they're ready. And with a quick 10-second call back, said, "Hold on, your caps aren't done, but they'll be ready maybe this afternoon. But let's just schedule a tomorrow pickup."
Wow.
I mean, this guy's incredible.
Yeah.
That deserves like a
that
double.
was the tires installed.
Yeah,
everything.
and you got the tires through them.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
that's-
guy deserves a shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
that was amazing.
Yeah, they were good.
And the painted center cap looks
It
perfect.
Looks
Oh, yeah, it
perfect.
looks really good.
That was
Yeah.
my biggest worry. Like, what am I going to do with the center cap? No, these guys are great.
I totally agree.
Porsche center cap.
So do you have, do you know if they dip these things and like properly strip them, or do they just sort of scuff them and powder coat them?
Sandblast them.
Yeah,
Sandblast
really?
them, yeah.
Because they're
coat 'em.
powder coated, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they obviously came in and worked Saturday. They had to have.
I don't know. They work quick, and they had a stack of rims in their front office.
Oh, they're
there.
always churning them out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Well, listen, I've got some wheel ceramic coating, half bottle at home that's probably just expiring.
Oh,
So
You want to take it home tonight and do
as
it
an
then?
apology for telling you that they would look bad, I will take the wheels and clean them.
Okay.
I'll coat them for you.
I appreciate that.
And then we won't have to worry about them being dirty again.
I would love that. Nice.
I think it
Appreciate
looks
that,
killer,
son.
man. I think you deserve some strong kudos. It looks great.
It does.
Honestly.
It does. It looks really good.
In photographs, out the window here in the dark, it doesn't matter. Like the wheels stand out. They look awesome.
And
Yeah.
I think, like I said before, next was going to be a light bar for the front, but Canadian dollar sucks right now. So
Right.
we'll see. Unless,
Plus,
I don't know.
plus 25%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
help.
Border.
So that may be on hold for the time being, but decals for the side maybe.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
This is
So
a
you've got
controversial.
your win now. Now you're back to the decision board.
Exactly right. So yeah,
Oh, I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Quick turnover here.
Yeah. All right, tell us where you're at on that.
decals. I have some designed like the Cayenne S side decals, and I'm very close to pulling the trigger on those. But again, these three guys here are saying, well, two of them are saying absolutely no. One saying maybe. Wife's out.
Oh, dear. Well, that might be the tiebreaker.
Right? I don't know.
I have a thought. Could you do the side decals? Because so, just to be fair, I think for all the listeners, you showed us a render
Yep.
where the logo was white,
Yep.
or the side logo.
Yep.
Could you do it like on a black vehicle? Could you just do it like a ghost black? Like,
dark
could you do
gray.
that?
Could
Yeah,
you
like
do
a
like
dark
a
gray. Like, I don't know. Would
dark
that? I don't know. Does that work? I don't know.
I don't know.
Makes it subtle, but you still get the image across. I don't know.
Flat black?
Yeah, that kind of thing. Something like that.
Yeah,
I don't
Couldn't
know.
even see. I just thought with the white wheels, white. Just make it stand out, make it pop.
Yeah, I
Ties
think
it
that's
all
our
together.
biggest discussion, right? Is
Yeah, yeah.
How do you tie these white wheels?
I know
in?
I'm torn
Yeah.
on that. I still vote for the white mirror caps, but again, I don't know if that's the solution. It's just my immediate reaction.
Can we just do like white Pegasuses to
Oh,
Pegasi?
Just a
Or I'm not going there
thousand
again.
of them, like
Not
those
going
two
there
nerds.
again.
That's actually not a bad
What
idea,
about a
Mike.
big one? Like one huge one.
full mobile one.
across the hood, like
Yeah.
the entire, like a
Actually,
Firebird.
again, that's not really that terrible.
be
If it's,
sick.
it's his off-road fun car. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like, it's not,
That'd be cool. Like a
Any graphic
a
designers
fire
out
chicken.
there, shoot me some
Why don't you
pictures.
go on Etsy when you get home? Just buy two
Oh.
white Pegasuses
and just ask them to scale it up to like 900%.
and then
Yeah.
stick them on the side. And if they don't work, it's like $40. And then
Yeah.
be like, that could kind of give you a reference of like, do I want white stickers on this thing or not?
Yeah, just get some white masking tape and just mock
exactly.
it up.
Exactly. I don't think that's a bad idea.
white duct
Dylan's
tape.
face looks like he genuinely thinks that's a good idea.
I actually, yeah.
Let's go on Amazon, get some white vinyl, and just
do it.
stick it
Yeah.
on there.
I still also think that like a hand painted white pinstripe with some kind of detailing that says like Mike in it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
well, you just hand paint your name under the door, like under the
Yeah,
handle.
like-
so it looks
Like a
really.
long distance
big
trucker.
rig.
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. I think that's good.
Wendy might have an issue with that too.
She can have her name on
yeah,
my side.
well, you could do it like like the race car guys. What the heck
Yeah.
do they call them?
You mean the blood type on the window? No. Oh, okay.
Dick Trickle.
Wendy gets her name on the passenger.
Yeah,
Although
totally.
when
I
she
think that's
drives
good.
it, that's a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And she's
misogynistic,
attached to
isn't
it now.
Yeah, oh yeah, big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
She
that's not
loves
gonna
it
work.
now.
That's
Yeah.
not going to work.
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is in driving dynamics? Are you you finding it like because you are way? I mean, let's be honest, you're way higher than
I'm
where you
definitely
were
higher
before.
again, but
Yeah.
no, I think handle's just the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must have gone up at least a couple inches.
I would
It looks.
I would think
bigger.
another 2 inches from
With the
what it was.
tires.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that
Well, he
too.
was saying that when he was jacking up one side of it, like it was sitting like
It was
it was
level.
really awkward. Like
Yeah,
it was weird.
It was all I could do once I had the tires on one side.
To
It was
get the
all
other
I
side
could do
up.
to get the other side off.
Yeah.
Getting back on.
Because the jack won't go that high.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think it turned out great. It looks
Yeah.
great.
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
yeah, you got it running good now, looking
Oh, yeah.
good.
Runs good.
We're
Knock
set
on
for the
wood.
season.
Yeah. So
I do think you should have Joel come out and polish it,
yeah.
just so it brings it back, like for spring life. Freshen it up.
Sean's going to do the wheels. He might as well have it for the weekend.
I do have an M18 polisher at my house.
Okay.
It's not going to look
All
like
right,
Joel
listen,
did it.
don't get that nerdy because nobody knows what that is. Okay.
It's just a Milwaukee
Yeah,
battery
Milwaukee.
powered polisher.
All right.
Polisher.
Don't act like you two. If you were having a conversation outside, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. No one knows what an M18 is. Is that something
we
you
better
use?
tag Milwaukee in this now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations. Well
Yeah.
played.
Thanks.
We'll be looking forward for an update for the next steps.
Yeah.
When you get there.
Hopefully soon. Well, because I came good on my deal.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Or was
yeah.
that first? Was I first, or was Dylan first on his?
Oh, I don't know that.
I think Dylan was.
Can I just
Maybe.
Can I
Yes.
just insert Cayenne adjacent really briefly? I can't remember if I think this was actually after the season 1 end, but we had shared and discussed a 2012, I believe it was, Cayenne Turbo that came up on Bring a Trailer.
Oh, conveniently, we're back to cars sharing off the internet. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
This is like weekly stock watch, so you can
I like it.
see what's going on in the market.
I think I know where you're going, and I like
Mad
it.
money.
It was probably the nicest Cayenne I've ever seen. It
beautiful.
was sand yellow, which is extremely rare.
My favorite.
Black interior with yellow contrast stitching.
So good.
All of the options, like we talked about on one of the last episodes, a black Cayenne that was, I think, MSRP of 158.
Yes, I do remember
US
that.
or 152, whatever it was.
somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
This thing was like another 20 grand over that.
Oh, I never caught that part.
Yeah,
Okay.
wild.
Is it sold?
Sold today.
Oh.
There was a bit of drama.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Somebody bid midweek. Are you giving away
Okay.
the sale price?
No.
I was going to do a round of
No
prices right.
No.
Someone bid on the vehicle quite early, quite a big number.
Early in the
Correct.
auction. Okay.
And presumably spoke to their wife or their partner and was told that you're not allowed to buy that. So they actually wrote to BAT and said, hey, I can't honor this bid. And
Okay.
BAT actually canceled it, which they never do.
Oh.
Because it's kind of bad business. But
Okay.
So anyway, a number of comments ensued. But anyway, the guy was premature because he bid $37,000. It sold today for something more than that. So quickly
I'm nervous about this number.
guessing,
It's probably a $50,000 truck, USD. It's a beautiful truck.
it did with a little less. So it's
Okay.
between 40 and 50.
47.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go in the 47 range.
Yeah,
too.
so 45 plus fees. So I mean, I
Yeah.
guess you guys are
Yeah.
pretty damn close.
That's a
US
lot
dollars.
of money.
It's a lot of money.
Honkin' bunch of money for
It was a 13 or a 12?
12.
Oh my
Honestly,
God.
it honestly is beautiful though, and the color alone, I'll bet you demands a premium of $5,000.
Well, that's the point of my story. So buy cars with interesting colors.
Yeah.
Because when you're done with them, like I mean, the black one we talked about was 35. This is a $10,000 premium. Granted, cleaner truck.
It looked clean,
But-
or paint the wheels a different color and try to
Right.
swing up your premium.
Right.
Yeah. That way you don't have to spend the extra 10.
Yeah. So
I don't know. That truck was beautiful. We should share a picture of that.
we
Yeah,
should. and
That
we
thing
will
was
do.
will.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then while you guys were talking, I was scrolling Marketplace, of course, the other night.
Oh boy.
Oh,
There's
what's
one in
Marketplace?
London.
Yeah, you go look at this.
Was that blue, by the way?
No, it's a 955. It's a brown. What would that be?
Oh,
Macadamia.
I like
maybe?
those browns. Okay. Yes.
Turbo. It's got a weird decal on the front
Okay.
fender.
Sure does.
14.5
Can we get that in white for you?
For a turbo?
turbo? 955 turbo. So I don't know what year. It doesn't even say.
Doesn't need to.
No, but
that'd
it's
be
cool.
Oh-
It's
07?
cool. Brown. No, it'll be like
No.
an 04 to. Oh yeah, 06.
Yeah, but the
07.
turbos, did they launch a turbo? That
Yeah,
that
I'm
came-
Yeah,
sure
they
they did
did.
right
Yeah.
out of the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a good, clean looking car.
What did he want there? 14?
14.5, and there's no details. It just says 162,000 K.
I'm not sure I want
That's
to buy
it.
it with no details.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I bought mine.
Yeah, I know, I get it. I get it. Yeah, and same with mine. I mean, there
Yeah.
was some history, but not a ton.
Take a chance.
I don't know what that color is, but
Offer him 10.
It's likely macadamia or something from
Yeah,
that
Probably
generation.
macadamia. Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
it's cool. You never seen them in those.
It's in
colors.
London.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, cool.
Well, anyway,
share
the
some
yellow
pictures.
truck was beautiful. Then you shared us. I don't want to drag us backwards, but I have to now because you've reminded me.
Okay.
Then you shared us I think it was a 958 turbo in jet green.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Which
was
was
sick.
like I've never seen a jet green turbo. I've seen some jet green diesels and different ones.
Yep.
But that was a sweet truck. Is that sold too?
No.
Okay.
If it was, it'd be sold to me because I'm still the high bidder on it.
Oh.
But
Okay, how many days?
I don't know, but it's going to go for more than that. Like it's,
Okay.
I think 21-ish thousand. I shared this with, so speaking of the gentleman to retract his bid, I
Yes.
did share this with my wife and she said, in a text quote, if you buy another Porsche now, I'm going to smother you with a pillow.
Well, the only good news is you're not going to know when it's coming.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be a painful sort of.
You're just going to go to sleep
you're getting
happy. Right. Okay. Yeah. You do
So-
seem like you're treading on dangerous ground.
I tried to math it a little bit. I was like, well, geez, we could put the family in it. And then
Yes.
she
Yeah, I like where you're thinking.
she correctly said, your car's paid for. It's never broken. It's newer. Leave it alone. So she's probably right. But the heart wants what the heart wants.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Logic is annoying.
Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
when it's not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where was that car?
that's in New Jersey.
Okay. It's beautiful.
It is, and it is a very unique, again, very, very high spec. Again,
Yeah,
color
green
is
over
unique.
tan turbo.
Yep,
Like no one ordered that.
Right, and it has the
Love it.
19-inch wheels, which nobody does. So it's
Yeah.
like Burmester, all of the things.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see where it goes, but it won't be 45. There's no question it'll be less, but
Yeah.
how much is the question? So
I totally forgot about that, but now we've gone down.
clean looking.
Yeah.
And the service records, like this guy. I mean, this is the car you want to buy. Like the prior owner, you could see in the notes, he's like, yeah, I've got some sort of wear in the tires, replace them. And so he did the back two. And then he goes, yeah, I didn't like that I had Michelin's on the front and not on the back. So let's replace those two and like match them. Like obviously he was like a complete nerd.
Yeah.
And
Sounds like
meticulously
I
took
like
care of
him.
this.
We could
Yeah.
probably be friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've never had mismatched
No,
tires.
No, that's
No.
a sin.
it's, I don't
Shouldn't do
like
that.
it either.
No,
It's
that'd be
weird.
horrendous.
Yeah.
I
see
did
a
on my
s-
996 just because that's how I bought it.
Is that right?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
They were Pirellis on the front and
Well, you know why? 'Cause when-
Sumitomo's on the back.
When I test drove that car before you bought it, the fronts were completely bald.
Oh, are they? Yeah.
And in fact,
They
Jared
put
said,
new ones
"Please
on.
be careful because there's no tread on the front tires." And I said, "Okay."
Provided it's not raining, you're
I
probably
didn't know
fine.
you did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have known him back then.
No,
It's not
no,
like
no,
he was
that's
like.
why it's
It's not like he was
funnier.
like, "Let me
Yeah.
grind my butt in your seat."
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, no, and in fact, somebody else bought it after
Yeah.
I drove it before you even had it.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
By the
so
way, where we
two-
were going on that, which was like 7 minutes ago.
Carry on.
We were going on to close another loop, which we had on the end of season 1. We talked about watches, and Dylan was what I would call what would you call yourself, in the market
Yep, I was in the market.
for a new watch. Tell us
Yep.
what it was. You were looking at a few. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was looking at some Tudors,
Okay.
either the Chrono or one of the Black Bays.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Went in, tried them on. Love the Chrono.
I know it's beautiful.
Kind of know too many people with the Chrono.
Yeah,
though.
I get it.
So
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Didn't really love the Black Bay at first.
Mm-hmm.
So I went with my third choice, Speedmaster.
All right. So it's
Nice.
done.
which is the winner.
It's right here.
It's done.
It's right
Look at
here.
that beauty.
It is a beauty.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think was really number one on your list all along.
It was number one on my
Yeah,
list.
fair enough.
Yeah.
But you got to try them all out. It makes sense.
Yep.
Or try out the ones that play in the same game.
Yep.
Okay, so anyway, now it looks pretty fly. You've put it on a blue rubber strap.
Yep.
You've committed.
I've committed.
You're manually winding.
manually every day.
Okay.
Yep.
How much time you putting in every morning?
3 or 4 turns.
Okay, so nothing
bad,
major.
no.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah. And now you'll look right at home at every car event.
Correct.
It's either that or a black Submariner.
Or on the moon.
Yes.
Or on the moon, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. In a white suit.
Yeah.
Looks very good over a white suit. But congratulations.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It looks the part.
It does.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
you will
quite
fit right
enjoy
in.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
How long
And-
you had it now? Couple weeks? Week or so?
Yeah, week and a half.
Okay.
Week
You
and a half,
wearing
I
it
would
every
think.
day
Yep.
to work too?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And
It's
is
under
any-
the radar. It's such a nice
I was
watch.
going to say, has anybody stopped you and said, "Ooh, night," or do they just assume it's just a watch?
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I don't know. It stays hidden pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah,
often.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the appeal, I think, isn't it? It's a very sort of understated, classy watch.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't like stand out. I mean, the blue
Sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
bracelet helps, but
we talked about that watch on the last episode, right? Like that is the literal strap monster. You can
Yep.
change it to any strap,
Oh,
any
yeah.
like it looks good on everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
black
there's
face.
nothing on the dial that distracts from anything. And you bought the Hesalite one too. You bought the one with
Correct.
the plastic crystal,
Yep.
which is the real historical watch.
the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think was
So
the right
it's,
move.
Yeah, it's comfortable. It's nice.
Does the Hesalite make it slightly lighter?
It's the Hesalite was because when the Moonwatch, like let's call it competition, was sent out to
Yeah.
the manufacturers,
Yeah.
they used that because they can't use glass in space. I don't know the weight. I couldn't tell you that. But
Interesting.
they still produce it to this day in both models with a Hesalite or a sapphire crystal.
Interesting.
And it's cheaper. And personally, I think it's better because it just has the real history to
yeah,
it.
it's got like a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's been fun. Sean tried it on here, and I
next.
think we all
He's
agreed that
next.
it looked pretty good on him. So
It fit my wrist. Just
it
right.
did. Yeah.
This guy's got some monster
Your
wrists.
wife
I don't
never said.
understand that at all.
Yeah, your wife never said anything about buying watches. Just
No, she
Porsches.
didn't. She doesn't listen to the podcast, right? So she doesn't. Perfect.
Yes. She'll never know.
Hey, honey, what time is it? Oh, actually, let me check my my
The
phone.
beauty
I
of
mean.
these kinds of purchases, they can be easily concealed.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Again, more bad advice from the
One day when
DashBored
she
crew.
listens through this years later, oh, it's going to be
Oh,
something else. Yeah. Anyway, I want to just congrats again. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I want to touch briefly on and say a couple of thanks, which was on Saturday night. I got invited, or this past Saturday, I got invited to an industry evening with a really good crew of people at a business called Kotawari Collective in Mississauga. So I didn't have any idea it was coming, but I considered myself lucky that I was invited as part of the quote industry. The listener can't see me, but I'm moving my hands. Anyway, it was interesting to hang out with a bunch of car people. Our good friend Lucas was there. We ate some dinner together. I met some really interesting people that I think we should probably have as guests on the podcast.
Right.
I'll shout those guys out because I thought they were worth mentioning. Lots of good conversations. There was a guy called Tom from the Target Newfoundland group. Another guy called Corey from Zaire Insurance. I'd never met him before, but Zaire is a broker for Haggerty and classic car insurances. As a follow-up to that, there were a couple other people too, but the one that sticks out in my head for sure is I met the guy that runs Honey Seal, the undercoating. And I'd seen them on Instagram and seen Lucas's car looking like a piece of copper art. It was beautiful.
Yep.
Really interesting guys. I'd like to get them booked up. So we'll try to schedule them out. But it was a really nice evening, spend some time with some people from the industry. We listened to some conversations from a guy who teaches mechanics at Centennial College, a couple other people. Lucas spoke. It was just interesting to spend some time with these people. And on a practical level, I drove the Cayenne. I drove it in sport mode the entire way.
Perfect.
And it was a wonderful drive, 2 hours into the city. And I did not pay attention to the gas mileage, but I will be honest here. It was the most wonderful highway. I don't know how best to describe it. The Cayenne, and I've posted this on my story before, is literally a highway missile.
Yeah.
You settle in at 130, and if you're like, I would like to go 180 right now, it's not a problem. It'll just do it.
Yeah,
you just breathe on the pedal, and it's like, we're good. It's just awesome. And it was beautiful, clear night, dark, driving home. Yeah, maximum. And I had it on sport mode, suspension on as stiff as it'll go.
Oh,
Still
really?
awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
No, yeah. Occasionally you get a bouncy moment, but
Sure.
it's wonderful. That's all I can really say. I just watched a great drive home. I did have a realization. I drove the entire way. I didn't know this back in 2013, but the let's call them advanced driver systems, so blind spot monitoring, stuff like that. They're all kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Elementary level in 2013. I didn't know, but I had turned it off, and I didn't know you could turn it off. So Amanda was driving it the next day and telling me that the system wasn't working because she couldn't, when she went to change lanes, she didn't have the flashy light thing. It turns out you can actually just turn it off back in this generation.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
That's kind of nice.
It is nice. And as a follow-up to that, when I bought it, I remember that Jared, who sold me the car, literally said to me, hey, the beauty of this generation is there's a button on the ceiling that shuts off.
Kills it all.
Everything. And it's just off.
Bring that
You know what I mean?
back.
Yeah. And the what do you call auto stop start?
Yep.
It's just off. I never have to turn it off. There's a button, you just turn it off, it's off.
Oh, it doesn't reset every time you start.
It's wonderful.
Oh, nice.
So it was a great drive into the city. Really enjoyed just having the music on, just riding in the highway missile. It's what I imagine a Bentley was like in 2013. It's so just quiet.
Insulated.
It has a little wind noise here and there. It's a truck, right? But anyway. Wonderful evening. Want to make sure I say thanks to Now and the family at Kotawari. It was a really cool evening. I really appreciate you inviting me out. One day we'll have to get him on the podcast too. He's a really interesting guy. Yeah. Love their place.
We got a long list.
Yeah. I think it's important to tell you that our season 2 will be littered with guests.
Yeah,
That's
especially
always
when
been our plan.
the weather turns.
Yeah, when
Right.
people get the cars out,
Get the cars out. And we
we can
down
record on site somewhere. We can move
I was
around.
going to say,
right?
we can go mobile. We can just make an
100%.
outing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really still hope to bring the recording setup to Kaleidoscope too. I think that'd be very cool to do.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of
But
fun.
I would love to speak with, is it Jake from Honey Seal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've known about his product and them for a while.
Yeah.
I, in fact, inquired about getting my car, rejuvenated, I think is the process was. And I actually thought about, too, as it was brand new, maybe the thing is to get my Boxster treated. And I was like, well, I'm not going to drive in the winter, but I think there's still value in it. It is a really cool product. And then I actually had reached out to Lucas and, of course, he already knew about it, but I didn't know this. I said, if you're going to winter drive this thing, you need to reach out to Honey Seal and collab. And he goes, oh, no, dude, it's all under control. He'd already had it lined up. But it's I think they're doing great work.
He's a really interesting guy to chat with. So I think for sure we should have him out here.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway,
or we'll go to Oakville again. We'll go mobile.
either way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we might
doesn't
be able to
matter.
knock a few out that day.
Yeah, he's really interesting. Totally different. Let's change gears entirely.
Okay.
It was
Downshift.
it was
Downshift.
down. You should know that we looked at different names for this podcast. That was one.
So we
Shift
joke about it a
happens
lot
was
now.
one. There was a few of these clever plays
Shift
on
happens
words.
was a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, it was suggested to me that we should at least have a conversation about the best road trip foods, and as a subset of that, the cleanest road trip foods. And I thought this would be an interesting subject for us to dive into.
I agree.
To take a bite into? Does that
agree.
sound better?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We could
I
devour
really wish I
this
thought that out.
and
Yeah. Oh, nice. I feel like I was a second behind on that. Who wants to go first? Tell us your gut feel on best road trip food.
Like, what are the parameters here?
Well, I think
You're driving your Porsche.
It's got-
and are we like just boom back in the car?
You're just driving
Oh.
what food are you buying to take in the car with you? What's the if you're driving along the road, what's the place you're going to stop that you know is the right spot for road trip food?
Well, I think as any Canadian would say, Tim Hortons is your first stop, obviously.
But that's not to eat. That's
No, coffee.
I mean, yeah.
Maybe,
Okay, coffee, okay.
Maybe
Let's
an
call it
old
you
fashioned
can't-
plain.
Yeah, exactly. You can't throw out the donut.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I agree with you. If you're going to get something sweet,
Yeah.
I'm down. But the rest of their food is pretty bad.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We're on the same
Well, I
page.
guess we've just excluded Tim Hortons as a sponsor. So
Yeah.
thanks, bud.
That food is awful.
We can cut that out if they come back and listen.
So can we clarify too, though, how? Because I think the parameters of this will
Okay.
Yeah, see, me
very
too.
significant.
No
if we're
problem.
driving our 911s,
Right. If you're
the cup holders in those we know won't handle a large double-double.
no.
We could divide it into two classes. We can do best
doing-
road trip food in your sports car
Yes.
and best road trip food in your daily
Like,
car.
are we just talking lunch here? What are we talking
Totally.
about?
Yeah.
Let's go with lunch.
All right, cool.
You normally road tripping
I'll
for
eat
dinner?
anything, so I don't care.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you can go first if you want.
Sure. It doesn't really. I mean, if I can handle it and drive, then I'll eat it. I don't care.
Like soup?
Oh, that's a step
Well,
too
that's a
far.
good
But I'm not a big
question.
soup guy, so
Yeah,
no.
okay.
I'm not a big
I'm
soup
not
while
worried about the
driving.
crumbs. I'm not.
Okay.
It all vacuums out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I also don't have a brand new Alcantara anything. But,
Yeah.
I don't have to really worry about that too much. But I mean, Joel helps us out.
I know, but what's
Yeah.
your go-to? What's the food? Name the restaurant. Name the place. What's your go-to? You're on the highway. You got to pick a restaurant.
Oh,
I know.
on the
tough spot.
highway is tough
I
because you're just
know.
getting chained.
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
Yeah, McDonald's is good.
Roller dog?
Oh yeah,
I know you like a good roller
turn down
dog.
a
You are
good.
so gross.
Yeah, you cannot turn down a good roller dog.
That just reminds me of the Seinfeld episode. You'd have to be crazy to eat that.
When we went and picked up his Cayenne,
Yeah, he had to
we
get-
hit the like Flying J or something like that. I'm like, oh man, there's roller dogs. I haven't eaten today. I'm getting two of these.
So gross.
Oh yeah.
You ate it?
Lord.
Oh, two of them.
Two
Easily.
of them.
Oh god, yeah.
I can't.
I now know what we're talking about, but the first sort of 30 seconds, I was like, what is he? But so I'm envisioning now 20 years ago in university when they, go into 7-Eleven
Yeah,
after a long
that's
day
it.
of drinking.
They still have them.
They're
Yeah.
sitting on a,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
a taquito.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I got two of those too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Those are so disgusting. I
Right.
just-
And the best part is he had two. Remember, he had two.
Yeah.
2 dogs, 2 taquitos, or
Yeah.
what, 2 and 1? I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
a vitamin water. So
Yeah.
equaled out.
Jesus.
And
good.
they've probably been on those rollers.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
for
hoping,
24 hours.
I'm hoping at least 6 hours.
Oh, no.
Oh, I think it was probably there for like a day.
Correct.
No, you'd be surprised. Like those truck stops, they plow through them.
Oh, wait.
Like-
You went to a Flying J. You didn't
Yeah,
go to a gas
yeah.
station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm with Oatman. They've been there in a lot of places a day, and they don't change them.
Oh god, no, they don't change them. That's for sure. The buns. Oh my god, those are prehistoric.
Did you tap the bun on the table so it's like,
That's how I had to crack it open.
Sweet Jesus.
Mike, what's your go-to on
Well,
the road? Because we know you're
like-
a road warrior.
I am, but so 9/11, I don't eat or drink anything in there. I'll take a bottle of Gatorade and sip as we go. But
Bless
Okay.
you.
Do you use the Porsche, the 911 cup holder?
no,
Because it won't fit
No,
in there. Probably
no,
Gatorades.
No, never tried it.
Okay. You just put it down on the floor.
I tried it once on the test drive, and I don't know if you remember this, Ryan, when Wendy and I were test driving around the little loop in Oakville. We pressed the cup holder open, and I could not get it shut. And I had to call Ryan and say, "How do you shut this cup holder?" 'Cause I literally
like
could
you
not
couldn't
get
collapse
it shut.
it back in?
No, it wouldn't go back in. He said, "You might have to use some force." So we did. I'm like, I don't want to break this thing. But-
I don't remember that at
Yeah.
all.
Should have broken it.
Yeah,
know
I
right.
don't remember that at all.
But
So what was the
haven't-
problem? It was just stiff?
I think it was just
Oh,
stiff
okay,
because
okay.
it was new. So
Yeah, okay.
haven't opened it since.
Really?
But yeah, no.
Seriously, since
No,
that day, it's
no,
never been open.
No,
To be fair, I use mine, but I don't use it a ton.
no.
Yeah.
I won't. We'll go to a destination, have a coffee,
Right.
and then drive home. I don't have
Well, that
anything
sounds
on
like
the
an
way.
awfully good Saturday morning these days,
If I'm
doesn't
on,
it?
on a daily,
Yeah,
we're
that'd
taking
be
the
nice to get
Audi
back.
or the Cayenne for a road trip.
Yeah, okay.
It definitely
But the-
Tim Hortons.
But the Cayenne doesn't have any limitations, correct?
No.
It's
No, that's
free for all.
That's free for all.
That's Mandarin
yeah.
buffet.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's a different story.
Okay,
like you
good.
said, no Alcantara, no nothing. So obviously Tim's. Get your coffee and a donut.
Yep.
Go.
But
Probably
you-
stop for gas, and while you're at the gas station, you got to get your Swedish berries, your wine gums,
Okay.
maybe a bag of chips, right? So you got to have your
Oh,
snacks.
chips are risky.
Yeah,
Greasy fingers.
You
I'm
shouldn't
fine.
skip those taquitos.
Yeah, not there yet. So you're driving for a couple hours and whatever, get a little hankering, and then it's free for all. Like, yeah, sub, cheeseburger, whatever, long not too messy.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
Like,
you're not getting like a smash burger.
no, something quick and easy as you're driving. If you're gonna have something serious, you stop and pull in and eat.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
that's fair.
Yeah. I'm not getting a tuna sub for the road.
No.
No?
No.
No. Well, in my work car, yeah, but no, not in my daily.
Yeah. You're not getting a Renee's sandwich on the road. That would be an
geez,
aggressive.
That
eat.
would be aggressive.
Yeah.
yeah.
The hot honey
But-
is that's a messy sandwich.
Chicken parm, I had it today. It is to die for.
Well, shout out to Renee's. Can we get a local sponsor? I
Yeah.
actually talked to a buddy of mine who was over there that side of town. And he goes, "Oh, I had a Renee's sandwich." I was like, "Oh, you know about this place?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, it's the first time," but he's like, "I'll be back. It's great."
It was
Oh,
delicious.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm at least once a week there.
I had the
Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I just walk down from the shop.
yeah. For that, it's good. It's a little, can be dicey, can be busy down there. The
Yeah.
parking lot's always jammed.
Oh,
Yeah,
parking sucks.
So,
but
but
that's why I walk.
if you're in that end of town, stop and get a sandwich.
sure.
Yeah.
Prosciutto.
Can anyone hear
delicious.
Ryan dying? Should we send a little wellness check on him? Or
I think
He
he's
did
all right.
have to run out here,
Did he?
didn't he?
so, in summary, I think you made this clear. But
Oh my.
oh my lord, that's sorry. We're digressing here.
We might have to edit this episode.
Right? Your preferred road trip food.
Yeah.
Mess aside, 9/11 out of the picture.
Yeah,
What is your
100%.
go-to? I don't know if we got clarity.
I don't know if we have a go-to.
Okay.
Like, no.
You're easy.
Anything goes. Kind of
Okay.
anything goes.
Okay. Well, I haven't given this much thought either. So first of all, I'll say I'm with Mike in the camp that I've never eaten a single thing in the Porsche. I have used my cup holders.
Okay.
I have this tiny little, I don't know if it's an 8 or a 10 ounce coffee mug. It's a joke, but I got it from Porsche at some event. And it actually serves a purpose, which is to have a small coffee that won't spill all over your car when you're driving it in those cup holders. I have used it for, and again, you have a bottle of water, like you said, a Gatorade. I mean, even if it spills, it's not spilling.
Yep.
There's no food happening in that car.
No.
I will say, if you are in a pinch and you want to eat something that's delicious, but you want to be cleanly about it, what you do is you buy either a Dave Roberts mix or corn nuts or something like this, and you take it and you put it in a cup.
That's a good idea.
And then as you're driving, you just sort of tip the cup into your mouth.
like
And
you're a pro.
Take the, yes.
Where did you learn this?
Yeah.
Well, actually, my brother-in-law sort of pioneered this idea. I think, and it was, and actually, I'll tell his reference point was if he's playing video games, you don't want your controller to be all gummy,
Yeah.
but you want a snack. So you get the cup.
Wow.
You put the Dave Roberts mix. You
Yeah.
put the nuts. You put
Yeah.
whatever you need to do in your mouth, and no mess. Nothing's on your fingers. Because even like
That'd be good for Cheetos.
100%,
Right?
Right.
What's
So
a Dave Roberts mix?
It's like the little snack mix. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I figured. I just
a-
didn't know if I was
it's
like
a
a
Canadian
normal.
icon,
Bar
I think,
mix,
isn't it?
like you get those little crunchy whatever they are,
Yeah, they have a
peanuts
Cajun,
and Cajun mix
right,
thing,
and
yeah.
beer nuts and
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
some pretzels. Are you okay? We were checking
Yeah.
on you as you're away.
We literally thought we might have to stop this.
This is the most frustrating cough. I cannot get rid of it. I've been sick since like a week ago. It drives me crazy. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I did nearly die on the way down the stairs.
Yeah,
we
we
heard.
sounded like it.
It was close. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everyone, but I was like, I haven't coughed. I haven't had. I'm like, it's been a good day. And then of course it hits me now. I'm like nearly dying walking down the stairs.
You'll hear our audible gas.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I felt terrible. You have
We're
no
like,
idea.
oh my god! Like, is
Yeah, sorry. I have brought some halls, and you could hear me clicking it around in
yeah.
my teeth.
Okay.
he, can you use hulls in the car?
Oh yeah,
you
100%.
could.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
that's a
100%.
game changer. The cup thing.
Yeah,
that's
so-
a total
Yeah, have you
game
heard about
changer.
this?
And you
No,
can-
no. I missed the entire
You have to
last
go
3
back
minutes,
and
so you're gonna have
re-listen.
to.
You have to go back and
Okay, that's
re-listen.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're not going
yeah,
through
Just
that
put
again.
your nut mix in a cup and
Yeah.
jiggle it in your mouth.
So I don't do that on the road as a road warrior. I use small Tupperware containers. If
No.
I'm taking any loose
No,
snacks.
no.
No,
It's not-
because you got to still put your fingers in it. You can't do that.
Yeah, this
Oh,
you're just
I see what you're
tipping
saying.
up,
Okay,
yeah.
I see what you mean.
And this
Okay.
can be applied to Swedish berries
Yeah.
and or Haribo
Wine
gummy
gums,
bears.
yeah, wine
M&Ms.
gums. Yeah,
Yeah,
M&Ms.
100%. So there's no touching of the fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I can't select the gummy bear by color.
That's true. You have to be, you can't be prejudiced.
I'm
about
unclear
it.
on how I feel about this.
Yeah.
So that's my snack tip of the day.
Okay, yeah.
And
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You can get around a lot of things if you're in a, I'm with Mike. I'm not as fussy as I used to be in my daily.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that if I'm out and about and if I want to just have a snack, I'm kind of still partial to either Chipotle or Qdoba.
Okay.
Now, I don't do burritos. I do the bowls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Me too.
There's also a place,
Hard to eat while driving. though.
totally, you have to
Yeah, I thought we
stop.
were talking about road trip food.
Yeah, it is. You're
Oh, I
on
see.
a-
But you're
Pulling off.
stopping.
Pulling
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Okay,
We've split
okay,
this
okay.
a billion
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to raise this because I was there last week and I hadn't been there in a while. But there's this, and maybe some locals will tell me this is the most disgusting Thai place ever. But there's a place in Milton called Toss Thai. It's right
Oh, I
off
know the
401.
place. Yes, near my parents. Yeah.
They have this pad see dish. Mm-hmm. I've eaten there. I could eat that 6 days a week.
Oh, really?
And live on it
I
exclusively.
go through there once a week.
I love it.
It's right under the water tower.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pad see ew is
It's like a street.
it's like a
food
wide
thing.
beef noodle. It's like beef noodles,
Yep.
green onions, what's it called?
Shrimp and chicken.
Yeah, that
Spicy.
kind of thing. It's delicious.
Love it.
Pad see ew is a go-to at a restaurant.
I was
Good
there
luck
last
eating
week and-
that on the road.
Yeah.
Well,
No.
That's not
but-
going to happen.
But he's talking his pull-off. so-
I went out
was
of the
gonna say,
way
that's
to
fancy, yeah.
to go there. So
Okay.
We got on the pull off because we were showed at Renee's.
Oh, nice. Okay,
We
yeah,
said,
she'll love
"Good
that.
luck eating
yeah,
that."
She'll
Yeah.
love that.
yeah.
You know what I
tagged
did
her.
last week? Fast Eddies. I haven't
Friggin'
done,
right, man.
I haven't done Fast Eddies in years.
Never in my life.
Really?
I'm not sure I've ever been there. I'm not
for
sure I've
a
ever been there.
$2 burger and like $1.89 fries.
Yeah, which you can add seasoning to, like
Oh.
dill pickle seasoning,
Yeah.
shake them up in a bag.
Yeah.
Really?
You've never had
They
this?
still
Dylan
have
looks
the,
really
they still
happy
have the
right
bag.
now, eh?
You can order a bag of 10 burgers for like $22.
You guys seriously
I didn't know
never
that.
had
Yes.
this?
Nope.
Nope. Never in my life.
It's
There's
a-
one here, right? There's one
There's
here.
two.
Yeah, in Wellington.
There's two. It's the only city with two.
Yeah.
Because I think
I
they only
never
go
knew
as
that.
far as Hamilton.
Yeah, I
think.
don't think so. There're not that many of them.
No.
And it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. And there's no lineup ever, so it's so fast.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. Have you already answered this?
No, we're off the beaten path here a little bit.
That's all right. This
I
is
feel
a
like I
podcast. We
kinda
jump
have.
I think
around.
you did. Are we back to Ryan on favorite? I think you're up. You were dying, and then you've now re-entered.
Apologies. I'm still here.
Yeah.
It's going to take more than that to kill old bear.
I defended you, by the way. I said that the 718/911 cup holders from 991-ish area are perfectly adequate. You just have to know how to use them.
Yeah.
I have a story
Adequate.
on that.
Adequate.
What I don't like
I've
is
heard
they
this
swing
story.
out over top of all the
expensive
switches.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true.
Like,
That's true.
I have a story on that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
I bought my first Cayman, the black one, and I was trying to be a nice husband during, I think it was COVID maybe. I was trying to be a good husband, so I went to Starbucks and got my wife a drink and took it to her work because she's still going to work at the time, and I was
Sure.
working from home.
Right.
So I took it, bought myself one, put mine in a tray on the floor. And which is a common move for me in sports car. If I need to carry a drink, I put it on the floor. So in a tray that I take from the restaurant.
Yes.
So I brought her Starbucks. I was very like, look at me showing up in my black Porsche at the office and dropping off the Starbucks. And then I moved my brand new chai latte, fresh, hot, from the floor to the cup holder. Specifically, the one that swings over
The
the
expensive goods.
MMI, all the buttons.
Yeah,
Buttons.
all the buttons.
Okay. I left the parking lot. I start driving home. I'm cool. Look at me. Now I did strategically. I got to be fair. I missed that. I took a few sips of the drink to make sure it was lower
Sure.
on purpose because I thought if it jiggles around,
Yeah.
it's not going to burst through the top of the cup.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
At this point, did they still have the stoppers you could get for them?
The green
Or did-
ones.
Or did they have
Yeah,
the
the little
stickers
sword.
at this point?
No stickers.
Okay.
And stoppers were out of inventory for a
Okay, yeah.
long
Yeah,
time.
I remember that.
So no stopper, but that's okay. So I purposely drank a few sips of this drink to bring the level down in the cup.
Yeah.
I was driving to I think Loblaws or something, and I was turning in just slowly around the corner, and the drink tipped over just on the curb, like as you just drive up the curb kind of thing, normal street driving. And the level of panic that shot through my body is hard to... I was like, it's pouring down all over the buttons, the screen. Yeah. Everything is soaked. All leather. Everything's... I'm like, having a serious panic. So luckily I'm heading into the Loblaws parking lot. So I purposely just pull off anywhere I can. I have nerdy level microfibers in the glove box at any time. Okay. Yeah. So I have a water in the car. So I always keep spare cheap water bottles just under the seat. So I'm like, if you ever need something, at least you got it. And I pour that all over the microfiber. I'm rushing around. And people must have thought I was nuts. I put the doors open. I'm just in the, again, Loblaws entry parking lot.
Look at this PCA guy.
This loser. I'm just running around. I'm desperately wiping it. And I eventually get it to a point where I'm like, oh, it looks pretty good. Okay. But I just know there's stuff down in there. You just know it's going to be sticky because these drinks are sticky.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the sad admission. I was so pissed at that Starbucks cup that I passionately threw it on the ground and drove away. I was like, I don't even want to drink this. Yeah. I was so mad. So I'll never make that mistake again. Nope. I do definitely use the cup holder for a cheap water bottle. So I don't care. It's fine. I can't use a Yeti or anything because it's not big enough, but I can put a water bottle in there. We always have a water bottle on each side just tucked away because these cars have nothing space for that kind of stuff.
No. Yeah.
I do have a specific thought on road trip food that you can eat in the car. Mm-hmm. And I hate this restaurant. However, when I'm looking for something that I know I can eat in the car, it's not going to make a mess, I will go to McDonald's. Yep. And I can tell you specifically the order.
It's a snack.
You're not getting anything with salted on fries.
No. I'll do that, but strategically. But what I can definitely order, I know works, is a $1 McDouble.
Yep.
The reason I'll buy that is because it's almost always made with an automated process of I'm going to apply ketchup, mustard. They use a trigger system. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you can literally hold the burger and know that it's not going to drip. Yep. It almost never
I feel like
causes
McDonald's
me a problem.
Would be very proud right now at that.
Yeah, that's reliable from them. Yeah. It is a crappy meal. I must be honest. It's not good for me, nor does it really satisfy much. But at least it gets you something.
Yeah.
This is going to sound weird, but when I eat a McDouble, which is a small hamburger, my jaw is usually tired by the end of it. And that's how I know that's not good food. It's just not, it's a weird... Sorry, but I just feel I'm like, oh, there's a lot of cardboard in this. There's something cardboard. Yeah. But I think
you'd be lucky if it's cardboard.
Whatever. Yeah, maybe it's horse feet. I have no idea, right? This is the problem.
The old horse hoof.
Yeah. So anyway, but it is reliable that I can hold this small hamburger and eat it, and it's one-handed. It's not I don't need two hands. It's not a gigantic sloppy Whopper or something that's going to make a total mess. That's a real go-to for me on the road trip. If I need something just gonna have to eat it. I don't do it at work.
Yeah.
I never buy that kind of food on the road at work because that's how you get not good for yourself. It's not good. You got to be careful. Yeah.
Driving while eating a manual.
Yeah.
Tricky. Can be tricky.
Yeah. But that's how you know you can do one.
Yeah. Right. And remember that the McDouble is tiny. So I can I can have it done in 7 or 8 bites. I'm like, all right, well, that's good. It's just
but if
over.
you're on the road working, you got
I
can still
phone roll
drive with my knee and clutch as I need to, and then use
coffee and not a phone in the other.
Yeah. Don't do that.
No.
It's kind of nice that as I'm driving the Cayenne the other day, you do have to occasionally pick up your phone because it's that technology, right? It's wireless. You got to look at your Spotify here and there. I just press a button, skip to the song or something, but. You don't realize how convenient CarPlay is until you don't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or whatever, it's an Android Auto. Or
you might sort that out for a couple $100 if you need.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I got one of those head units.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So McDouble or setting aside in the car.
Where am I stopping?
What's your go-to stop food?
Okay. Workday, Subway.
Yeah,
every time.
That's a good point.
Which I'm not promoting Subway either here and there. I know it's controversial. Some people like it, some people don't. But it's a good, reliable. I'm spending $7. I get a 6-inch sub. I get what I need out of a lunch. Yeah, I'm on my way. I also could go to. It's not really a place I like that much, but for convenience, sometimes a Wendy's is convenient. I get a wrap or something and just call it that for the road. That's just easy. I don't do it that often, but it's easy. If I was looking for a proper place to go in and sit down. I like a Chick-fil-A.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like a Chick-fil-A.
Nice.
I only go a couple times a year. It's more of a treat, but that's the kind of thing on a road trip I'd love to stop. When we're in the States, for example,
Yep.
it's like if there's a Chick-fil-A out to pull off when we're near lunch, I'll just there's not even a discussion.
Chick Sandy.
We're just going to
Really?
Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like KFC is much better.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Popeyes.
Popeyes is, or even Canadian Mary Brown's is actually really good too.
Oh yeah,
I
actually, Mary
disagree
Brown's
with
is
that.
pretty
I
good.
don't like Mary Brown's.
No?
Nope.
There's a Mary Brown's in Woodstock, and we'll get some chicken there sometimes. Kids like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Nope, can't do it. Oh, because it's right off the exit there
That's
at
right.
59.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
If you're in
yeah.
the States, you're not doing the Olive Garden, all you can eat.
Oh hell yeah!
Not in the
Lunch.
States enough. We're
Imagine driving with a breadstick in your hand. Oh, baby. Shiny.
Yeah,
Act like I've never done that.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
it's got
like the carbonara.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have a go-to, but yeah, fast food, road trip. Just want to get somewhere, something quick and
Yeah.
easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stay on the road. That's
Yeah.
a big thing.
Yeah.
I'm always like, all
And I
right.
like A&W's got better at that now. There's a lot of those near
Yeah,
the highway.
there are
and
a
they're-
lot, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're convenient. Their food's pretty good. It doesn't feel like I'm eating a
I find
cardboard.
It's expensive.
It is for sure, but that's
Yeah.
okay. I mean, if I'm only buying it here and there.
I think McDonald's was about ready to sign on the sponsorship, and you killed that too. By the way, you mentioned cardboard and a few other things in their food, so that's
Yeah.
I'm not going back on that. I'm not looking for McDonald's sponsorship. It's not a place I really like that much.
right.
fair enough.
It's not something I'd go after. The other thing about McDonald's, sorry for the aside. Oh, you know what I'd like tonight? I'd like some ice cream. Let's go to McDonald's. Oh, the machine is broken. Every time. I want the $1 cone. It's out of stock. And the machine is down.
But the
Every
McFlurry machine's never down. Like
I
somehow
guess.
you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. How does it's not soft serve? It's something else. Is it? I don't know.
I would think it's the same, is it not?
Yeah.
No
I would
idea.
think
Just
so.
put it in the blender.
In
Yeah.
my 40-something years here on this earth, I had my first McFlurry a week ago.
Holy.
And I just got
Welcome
the whole
to
snack
life.
size Oreo McFlurry.
Well,
It
that's
was
all you need.
delicious.
That's
Yeah.
all you need.
It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Did he
Those
still
other
use the
monsters.
spoon that connects to the
Yep.
machine?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it was. It was one of those wooden spoons.
Oh, yeah, they're
Really?
moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the McFlurry comes in the paper
That
foldy
folded-
thing now. I forgot about
Yeah.
that big change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Ryan puzzled. Really?
Since
It's
when?
like a square
Yeah.
foldy cup thing.
New York Fries does the same thing with their drinks. If you ever been to the mall,
No.
yeah, you come in. It's this paper cup that all folds together into a lid, and it's
Yeah.
weird.
Oh my lord.
weird.
Does it work?
It
I
works.
mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it
works.
must
Yeah.
work, but
Look, it's good for the earth. I'm not really opposed to it
Yeah.
in principle. I hate
Hey, man,
a
we all
wooden
gotta eat.
spoon.
Yep.
Yeah, fair.
They're awful.
Yeah, they're terrible.
I know. You got to buy yourself a set of like travel spoons or travel,
like a
silverware.
spork.
I have that. I love that in the car.
Have this,
It's
have
perfect.
this like roll, like a tool roll,
Yeah,
but it has
like
like
you're a Michelin chef
utensils.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're laughing. That sounds great.
Yeah,
Right?
It's like the BMW
Yeah.
toolkit, only
Yeah.
it's utensils.
Yeah.
Have a nice trout as you're driving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does not sound appetizing.
Yeah. If you got a wing, you got to get out and
Yeah.
eat on it.
Yeah, right.
Are we out of topics, or are we?
No.
One more.
No. One more last
I thought
subject
so.
because
I thought
now
so.
we're finally back into that wonderful time of year where Formula One comes back.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
we
lights are out.
need to touch on Formula One.
We do.
I think
Yeah.
it's important. The biggest news last year, right at the beginning of the year, which was nice and distracting, was that Lewis was going to Formula One. And for all the F1
You mean
girlies
Ferrari?
out there,
Ferrari.
excuse me, going to Ferrari. For all the F1 girlies out there who consistently ask me questions because they sort of know, but they only know a little bit because they watch it in reels. All of last year asking me how Lewis is doing at Ferrari, and I had to continually repeat the message that no, he's announced the move. It's for 2025
Right.
for a year. Well, I have to say, it was actually fairly exciting to see Lewis in red, and I'm a big fan. I'm not saying I'm a fanboy, but I mean the guy's a beast, so he's incredible.
Yep.
And it was pretty cool to see him in red with a yellow helmet. It feels pretty cool.
I agree. I like his. I mean, the past 2 weekends have basically, for me, and I've been an avid fan for like certainly longer, but for the last 10 or 11 or maybe 12 years, I've watched as many races in a season as I can. Miss the odd one and catch the highlights, but I think I kind of got tired of Lewis at Mercedes. Like he was winning a lot, and it was always like, yeah, keep pushing guys and blah blah blah.
That sounds like him.
Yeah, and I mean, for whatever reason, it just felt disingenuous when they were like winning all the time.
Yeah.
Like Max was there for a while.
Right.
Oh man,
And then
that did
but-
annoy me. I'll be honest.
yeah.
But Lewis did it for longer.
Yeah.
He
Oh, yeah.
way
Like,
longer.
God, he did it for like 5 years in a row.
Yeah, but he's
It's
more
like-
likable. He yells at the crowd. He smiles. He waves.
Yes.
Max is very cold. Doesn't do a lot of media. I find that sort of like, what's wrong with you, man? You're just a cold Dutch guy. Come
Yeah.
on, like
He's here to win.
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I mean, this was an exciting sort of change up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a Red. So Danny Rick was sort of my guy before. I've always been a Red Bull
Love that dude.
guy.
Yeah.
And then Max came in, and like early days, I didn't like Max because he was sort of this asshole,
Young buck.
entitled sort of. You know, I didn't like.
My dad was a
some of
Formula
his
One driver?
on track antics. And then Max started winning, and everything was easy. And I was like, "Oh, I like Max." I mean,
Oh, that's interesting.
because he became like he wasn't, so angry and pointy, and he didn't have to, get in these battles. And then I was reminded quickly as they started to fall off last season at the end. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the Max that I didn't like before."
Yeah.
There's no denying though he is one of the most talented drivers ever.
Oh, no question.
On the grid.
Yeah,
No
he
question.
is.
So you can't knock him for that. But I was like you. I think I was just excited. Like Lewis is on the grid.
Totally.
He's in a red. I mean, this weekend, of course, at China, he wins the sprint
sprint
qualifying
race.
and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
sprint race,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
like, okay, he's back. And I found myself, I'm like, okay, I could be rooting for Lewis this season.
Yeah.
But Ferrari, in typical fashion, has
Oh,
a
I
massive
know.
cock up
I
on
know.
strategy in both of the races.
Yeah.
Like they just,
Can't get
I
it
don't know
together.
how they continue to do this. It's unbelievable.
Especially when Fred Vasseur is the team, and I get what do you call it, team director or team manager.
Principal.
He seems like a
Principal,
really solid,
He is.
reliable. And the problem is, I think it's my gut feel. My gut feel tells me you get some great people on the team, but at some point, someone in the office is going, I'm not sure I like the way you're doing that. I'm not going to fake an Italian accent here. But I think we're just going to, that doesn't feel quite right. So let's make it slightly more complicated. And I'm like, no, just let them do it.
Yeah.
Don't,
Yeah, the pit stop strategy is chaotic.
It is chaotic.
And it was that way
Yeah.
for the first 6 races last year.
It might have been more.
it
It was
was.
terrible.
And then they
It's
started
terrible.
asking the drivers, well, what are we going to do? It's like, you have a friggin' army of people
Yeah.
looking at computers, to do the
1,000
strategy.
people. Yeah.
Like, make a decision.
If we want to talk about Ferrari cock-ups of all, the one that
Monaco.
yeah, of
course.
What year was that? 2022. I felt so bad
2
for
years
Charles
ago.
Leclerc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he had that race
Sold.
in pocket. They pull him in, and it's like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Oh, they screwed
I
it
felt
up.
for that guy. That was
Yeah.
really terrible.
Hometown race and everything.
I know. I really felt for him on that. Sean, honestly, I thought I actually liked Max when he was a junior.
Yep.
I didn't like him when he started to develop this entitlement. I actually thought the entitlement maybe wasn't right at the beginning. It started later.
I think that's
and
right.
then you started to see him like have these kitty moments
Yeah,
where
he
he
was
was like
immature.
Yeah, he was behaving like a bit of an ass.
Yep.
He was driving like a bit of an ass.
Yep.
And you're like, come on, man, like that's not doing anything. You know, that's not helping anybody. The team's not winning because of that.
Yep.
That kind of stupidity. And to be fair, I'm not pushing one way or the other, but in 2021 when he was literally spending his entire year driving people off the circuit and then not getting penalized.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is going on here? It was like Formula One was like, well, we've got a new star.
Yeah.
Let's let him do what he wants. And
I'm
I
sure
did
there's
not
some of
like
that.
that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Turn 4 at Interlagos, pushing Lewis off. I was like, this makes no sense to
Yeah.
me. This should have been penalized. In the last 15 years, they would have penalized it. And then they made changes next year, and all of a sudden it wasn't happening anymore.
Yeah.
I found that infuriating. It was weird. You know?
You're right. I mean, it's like the Chiefs of the NFL.
Yeah, I was
or whatever.
gonna
Like,
say
there's like
that.
there's a story.
Yes.
But it's totally right. Like he was, and he has matured, I think,
For sure.
tremendously.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
He still has his moments. He has his little flare-ups. But like if you think about Brazil last year, the drive he had from P18 to
Yeah.
one or whatever.
Yeah, it was great. It was
Like,
great. In the rain, too.
And if you think about when he was a young buck, that there's this, it's sort of seared in my mind. He loses it actually again in Brazil in the deeply pouring rain.
Yeah.
The car is like completely sideways. All 4 wheels are locked, and at the very last minute, he just lets off and sort of corrects his car and keeps out of the wall. Like,
Yeah.
nobody else does those types of things. Like, there's no
No.
question to me he's like a special talent. But
Yeah.
and so I think this is shaping up to be one of the best seasons we've seen in at least 10 years. I mean, you've got Oscar and Lando who look
Amazing.
like
They look
can
flying.
battle each other all year long. They both
Agreed.
got it as drivers.
Agreed.
The car is there. I think Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull are going to, well, Max, not Red Bull. Max
Yeah.
are going to duke it out for the middle.
Yeah, well, I think for the first time in a long time, you've got 4 manufacturers who look like they actually have a chance of winning a race.
Yep.
That doesn't happen that often. In the last 10 years, that hasn't happened. It's been Mercedes, Red Bull, Mercedes, Red Bull, Red Bull, Red Bull, Mercedes. Like, it's
Yeah.
just kind of gone, occasionally a McLaren, a Ferrari. And credit to McLaren. I mean, look, they're never
Man,
going to listen
that-
to this.
yeah.
But that turnaround in the last couple of years was insane. Right?
Incredible.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of last year, they were literally nowhere. And they've really, it was impressive to watch. I like Lando. He's sort of, I joke that with my wife, he's my boy Lando. I like Lando. He still doesn't have the, like, I don't know. It's not the word maybe I'm looking for is like the killer. He doesn't
right.
have the shark.
Yep.
You can see it. And to be honest, I actually like that about him, but that likely will handicap his success.
I think so.
It's as simple as that. Where Max just doesn't give a shit.
Yep.
Will run you over, doesn't care, cold as ice.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Everything at all costs. And
Yeah.
you're right. Lando takes a more measured approach in that,
Yeah.
you know, his first lap performance and all these stats you hear about. Like he gives up some positions for the longevity of his car or whatever.
Yeah,
Max
yeah.
will not do that.
And on the Ferrari side, I love Lewis, so I want the guy to win, but at the same time, I actually don't want to abandon Charles because I think he's really proven to be a reliable, like #1 man for the team for a long time. Reliable, qualifying is like outstanding. The guy's a
Yeah,
beast.
he's flying all the
I mean,
time.
he's amazing, but he just can't. He has trouble converting it to a real.
Yep.
And then what I like about him is he's very like. What's the word I'm looking for? He's very like self-aware. Like he gets up on and he's like, yeah, it's totally my mistake. Whereas some of the other drivers are quick to blame the car or the other driver, and this guy's like, no, I totally screwed that up. And I kind of like that. It's refreshing, the honesty.
Yep.
It doesn't necessarily come at that level all the time. I don't know what these guys are making now. 25 million bucks or 25 million euros a year. Like it's huge money, right?
Unbelievable.
So
More.
yeah, it's a lot of money.
I think Lewis and Max are north of 50 a year.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I think most of them range around that 20 million. Anyone's strong is
Yeah.
20 million euros probably. It's
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Charles, if nothing else, is hilarious in his sort of dry. You guys caught the
Yeah,
radio
yeah.
comm about. It's like my seat is wet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must be the water.
Yeah, I
let's
thought
add
that
that to
was
the
pretty
words
funny.
of wisdom.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at the mental acuity they have to have a conversation.
Wow,
drive.
when they're
Like-
on like lap 56 to 57,
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm just having a regular old conversation. I'm like, can you imagine? Like,
Liberty is I would say, I mean, first of all, they're a whole media strategy. Like if you go on YouTube and you watch the top 10 radio comms, all the highlights, I mean, they nail all that stuff.
yeah,
But
they
then,
got better at that big time.
3 or 4 times a year they put out these like animated basically it's real radio comms of the drivers, but they animate them over sort of situations that don't exist. It is the funniest thing. You have to go and watch it. I mean, Charles basically dominates
Yes.
most of them because he's
Yeah.
got these quick whipped replies. But
I don't know. It's been really impressive. And I'm a Formula One fan a long time. So like I was watching it back when it was, you know, the image quality, the camera quality, everything was like terrible, right?
Yeah.
25 years ago. I've been watching for a long time. It doesn't feel quite the same. The one thing I'm certainly aware of is now is that my wife, you know, sees clips of F1 on, you know, reels and stuff. And when I wake up in the morning to watch a race, I'm like, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't ask me any questions.
Yep.
I don't want to know
Yeah.
because she's going to say something that I don't want to know.
Yep.
She'll do it. I've already had it. I'm not having that all last year and the year before because, and I claim I don't want to blame. I want to credit both Netflix and Liberty for doing that. Without that, we wouldn't have these people who don't know anything about it getting into it. And I appreciate that. I do. But I'm just like, don't talk to me. Don't even look at my phone. I'm not messaging anybody.
Yep.
I'm not talking about anything. I'm getting
I'm
up to
off
watch the
social
race.
media.
Don't talk to me for
That's
90
right.
minutes.
Yep.
You know, I have to be really careful about that now with my wife.
It's better.
This is a new problem.
It's
Yeah.
better on the long, like, you know, the China Grand Prix, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it over here.
'Cause- or Australia, it's perfect.
Yeah,
Because you
time
wake
zone.
up and
You're
it's
talking about time zone.
on.
Yes.
But like when you have to wait till like 1 in the afternoon or 11 in the morning, and then, like you said, then you can't maybe necessarily watch it live, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, Lewis won the race. It's like, stop.
I
I
don't
got
want
caught
to.
by
waiting.
Reddit once. I was
Oh
like,
yeah, see,
God.
I won't scroll on my phone at all.
oh my
No.
No.
And then I think you're right though, Sean. And I think that in we're lucky where we're based here because Europe is 6 hours ahead. So
Yeah.
on average, a race happens at 3:00. You can watch at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning. It's kind of nice, right? You
No,
get
it
an hour
is
and a half,
nice.
have breakfast, don't touch your phone.
Yeah.
Or you can look at it and then put it down. You know what I mean? It's
Have you guys watched much of the Survive to Drive?
Drive to
this
Survive.
season.
Drive to
I
Survive.
watched half of the season. It's actually the first time I didn't finish it.
Yeah, I actually haven't finished it all either.
Yeah.
I didn't finish last season. I haven't picked
either,
up this
Sean.
one. So
This is a first for me because, to be honest, it's not like I don't know every storyline, and
Yeah.
I appreciate how they weave it all and they kind of time it, and they, you know, you're literally jumping left and right. Whereas people who don't watch every race don't know that, and I
Right.
appreciate that. You're adding a level of drama. I
Yep.
get it. I'm torn on. I'm torn on the overall experience of that. I started losing interest in it.
That's how I felt. I was like, I saw this live. I watched it all.
Yeah.
I was there.
The stuff I like to see is the behind the scenes. Like there was a big moment I watched, I don't know, let's say it's 3 years ago. Whenever George was getting promoted from Williams at Spa, that crazy qualifying he had for a Williams car, like second in the pouring rain. That was the weekend where they selected that he was going to join Mercedes. I like to see the behind the scenes on that. Like watching Toto walk down the hall and just be like, this is done. Yep. This performance here was enough.
Yep.
And it was impressive.
There's
so
some
credit to it,
interesting
was
stuff in
amazing.
there. Yeah.
I like that stuff. The one thing I did notice in this year's episodes, which I only watched the first like maybe 4, they are showing more of the racing. It felt like in the beginning they only showed the cars the moment they left the pits, and the second they drove over the kind of green light, they were saving that for the actual race footage.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They only showed the kind of behind the scenes stuff. Now I see more of the racing. That's it. I think that's cool, but it appeals to a different crowd, I think.
Yeah.
You know? I watched one of those like clips of like, 2005 Formula One race at whatever track, and it was like Formula One had posted like a 20-minute version of it. I have to say I do miss the V10s, number one, and I miss the kind of when it wasn't so super media and insane.
Yeah.
It was just like genuine racing. Mm-hmm. And
V10s may be coming back. There's whispers.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Look, I mean, Australia, there's a bunch of challenges with the rookies and all these things, but I mean, overall as a race opener,
Yeah, great.
you couldn't ask for anything more. I mean,
No,
you
it's
got,
great.
Got
It
the
is.
weather, got the
It's-
rain,
yeah.
got some strategy.
And I love that circuit being the opening. It
Right.
feels right to me. It's been the opener for
Yep.
Bahrain. I love the Bahrain track. It's amazing, but I don't want to see it as the opener.
No.
It doesn't have
How many,
the,
would they do 3 years in a row?
since COVID for sure.
Yeah.
So probably those
Probably
3 or
3.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Albert Park's maybe the first time in 4 years has been the opener again.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, because I think it was 2020, first year of COVID. They were actually in Australia and they
They
left.
canned the whole thing.
Yeah, they were already. The drivers were already arriving and they
was it?
left.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime ago, but it
It
isn't.
does
That's
feel
the
like a
thing.
lifetime ago.
The Chinese Grand Prix was a bit more of a procession, but it was still good.
Yeah, I still remain that I love the circuit.
Yeah.
I love the circuit. First corner, that big, nice, winding, spirally thing, and then I really love what would be the corner, the first hairpin. What's that? Turn 4, maybe, I don't know. The way they dive down out of that big spiral thing and
Right.
into that first right hairpin. I love that. I think it's an amazing track.
Yeah.
I used to drive that a lot on Formula One video games. Love it. Super fun. Anyway, there's probably a lot of Formula One fans listening, and
Probably.
I do definitely interact on Instagram with people who hate on it, and I kind of just ignore that because I'm like, look, like, I know you hate the media, you hate the, like, I get it. I'm not
Yeah.
offended by your thinking. And I love like World Endurance Challenge and all these types of other racing series. They're awesome, but Formula One still has just a piece of my life.
For
I've
sure.
watched it for years. Feels
I don't
weird.
have 18 hours to watch a
A
race.
WEC
Yeah,
race.
yeah. Well, I always feel bad about Le Mans. Like, I really want to watch it, but I'm like, it's 24 hours. Like, how are you going to do this? Like, I could watch like 2 hours, and I'm like, all right, next.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
Anyway.
I think maybe in summary, the one comment that it's probably obvious, of course, but I mean, Red Bull, the machine, just continues to churn out number 2 drivers. I mean, they paid Checo between 15 and 20 million euros or pounds or dollars, whatever the heck it was, because he's not cutting the mustard, and he wasn't. I mean, to be fair to him, last year he fell off, but then they promote up Liam, who's been absolutely
move.
nowhere.
No, it's the wrong move.
I'm not a huge Yuki fan, but he probably should have gotten the seat. But like, if I'm Yuki now, because you know what's going to happen, like Liam's going to have one more chance, maybe in Japan, or maybe one race after that. And if he doesn't cut the mustard, he's gone.
Yeah,
They're
for
gonna,
sure. He's
they're
out.
going to promote Yuki,
Yeah.
who is probably, I mean, he's performing he's punching above his weight class at Racing Bulls.
Yeah.
And then he's going to go to Red Bull and probably shit the bed too. Like, everybody that tries to drive that car, I mean, it just, again, goes to how talented Max is. Nobody can even hold a candle to him.
I think it's arguable that the car was likely entirely developed around Max.
I'm
So
sure
they're
it was.
well,
I guarantee
they're
it
like
was.
number 2 driver. Sorry, you don't like that, but that's the way we did it because he likes it.
It's true. There's absolutely some truth to that. But like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, look, I mean, of course she's going to take it. But
Yeah.
if I was Yuki's manager, I'd be like, well, you see where you are.
The problem is, I
I
totally
don't think
agree
you
with
get that option.
Well, you're
No,
probably
I don't know
right.
how that works. I totally agree with you. I don't know. All it feels like with Red Bull is they always promote the wrong person.
Yep.
And it just never works. On top of that, then you're dropping someone who's maybe not at the highest level, into a car that just is prepared for someone that's not them.
Yeah.
And you're not willing to flex on that. It's going to remain this setup. And it does feel like they've just crippled themselves like that continuously over and over and over. Anyone they put in the seat just suffers.
Totally.
It's terrible. I mean, and to be fair to Perez, I mean, he stayed in the seat for 3 years. It's the longest anybody's done it in like 10 years.
Right. And he was fantastic in the first 2 seasons-ish. I mean, relatively
I
speaking.
remember. I think he might have won 3 races last year,
Yeah.
too. He won some races. A couple in the beginning. Was he?
Not last
not
year.
Oh, no, it was the year before. Sorry. Yeah, year before. I don't know. I felt bad for him. Even though I'm not like a giant fan, I felt bad. I was like, this is just
I don't mind
grind.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if it's... Look, we're not in a position to know enough, but I mean, I kind of feel like Marco Helmut's time has sort of gone. And maybe he just needs to move on. Because, I mean, he's the guy that seems to be such the hard ass. And, like, he just... How many more careers is he going to sort of put down the toilet?
There's always an old guy that won't retire.
Right?
There's always one. It's like any public sector job. They just never leave. Honestly. Let's just get out of there already. Like, make room for a young person who wants some success.
Yeah.
This guy needs to go. I actually feel, it's controversial, I feel a little bit the same about Christian Horner. I'm kind of ready for him to move on.
I think, his
Like, it's
time,
time.
may have come.
I thought it was going to finally happen last year with all that drama. I thought for sure this guy's
no, he's
never
getting out of
coming
that.
back from this, but he did. And now I'm kind of just like, it's cool, man. You just need to get on with it. Get out of here.
You say that.
Change it up.
And you're right. He survived it for last year and they
Yeah.
won. But when they don't win this year, I think Horner's out.
We'll see.
The whole team has
He
kind of imploded.
But doesn't he own a fair?
I don't know that.
He is part
Yeah.
of the owner for sure.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that. Okay.
because Toto owns.
Mercedes,
the
yeah, he owns a
most.
good chunk of Mercedes.
Yeah. And
Well,
then I want to say Horner owns a bunch.
Yeah, but he's still only a vote. Take your shares
Yeah,
and
I
go be
know.
rich. He's fine.
Yeah, but he's already got that.
I'm kind of just over him. I used to really like him. Now I'm kind of like, look, man, we've all seen this before.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's change it up.
Yeah.
It's like, if anyway, to be fair, the analogy I was going to use is, working hard, expecting a different result, basically that kind of thing, right? And I'm like, to be fair, they've succeeded. But at some point, I'm just kind of like, let's change this up. Like,
For a second there, I thought you were talking about the Strolls.
Did you see that interview with Lance Stroll? He's got his sunglasses and his hood on.
Oh my God.
And he just looks like he's like, yeah, I'm getting paid. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is just
I can't stand
what a
that guy.
gig. I know, so do I. He's that lisp
he's
too.
so
He's just
Right? And what is that?
to be fair, we're never going to get him
on.
on the podcast, I guess. But I can't, he's just annoying, isn't he?
His dad has a bit of a problem speaking too, so I guess he gets it honestly, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think he earned that, right?
Yeah, he did. He became a billionaire. Good for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, let's wrap it there.
Do it.
We'll do it again next week. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Pay attention to our YouTube. Follow us on Instagram.
Mike's going to post pictures of a yellow Cayenne Turbo 2012
Yes.
and his beautiful new Cayenne,
Booyah.
new looking Cayenne with
Yep.
white wheels.
I like it.
Love it.
We're all happy for you.
Yeah.
Yep. We're
I
one
would
week
insert
closer.
a round of applause, but it feels too late in the episode.
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah,
too
yeah.
late.
Yeah. But we're
Okay.
getting
All right.
1 week closer to the sun.
Yeah.
Spring.
Getting there.
April
Every week.
11th, my car is, I believe, going on
Booked
the road.
it? Good on
Well,
you.
I haven't yet, but
I think mine will be around the same.
yeah. I'm coming home from a work trip, and I think it's got to happen.
Good on you.
Nice.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Good
All
night.
right.
We'll catch
Good
up
night.
next week.
Yep. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.